a high-frequency channel where source and spirit meet in tandem, where force while building unity of energy and creation, fluidity in consciousness.
Folks, to another episode of the Raven's Den. Yes, another wonderful episode of the Raven's Den. We're going to try to keep this upbeat. We're going to move along. Okay, at the moment, we're getting a thumbs up already on YouTube. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You guys, give me thumbs up on Facebook too. All right, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, show me some love. Remember that sharing is caring. Share this video wherever you see fit. As long as there's no trolls or anything, that would be fantabulous. Remember that the live chat, okay, is open. Live chat on YouTube is open. Same thing for Facebook as well. All right. Right now we're talking about the end. Hello, end of Mercury in retrograde. Today is the very first day out of retrograde. Yes, folks. Okay, now we get some peace and quiet. No, I'm totally kidding. Now everything's going to actually rev up. Okay, things are going to be, they're going to slingshot. Okay, we've been waiting around, for things to move forward. Some of us have been planning to do certain things. I myself is one of them. I've been definitely planning on some things. I may discuss that during the process of the show. Again, I'm turning down this momentarily. There we go. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me and see me okay. Just let me know. Make sure that you comment on either the audio podcast or the video. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. All right. Now, what are we going to do? We're out of Mercury in retrograde. So what the heck are we going to do? Okay. Well, first and foremost, let me explain to you what retrograde is all about, and then we'll discuss about what we all can do in order to create what it is that we really want in life. Okay? Again, fifth generation psychic medium, intuitive spiritual counselor. I am a nationally accredited empowerment life coach as well as an interfaith minister. Okay? Uh, Apparently legally by the ULC, which is great. So I just want to throw that in real quick. All right, and also if you guys want to get the apparel, Raven's Den apparel is open. The shop is open. You can check that on Spreadshirt.com as well as Teespring, which I am currently working on. Okay, so Mercury retrograde, what is it? So Mercury retrograde, it is a cycle, a planetary cycle that tends to mess with electronics and tends to also slow energy down. Okay, as well as things that are happening in our lives tend to get slowed down. Sometimes even put at a halt entirely. So, with that being said, there's a preparation. Okay, this is a time to plan, during that retrograde cycle. Now, again, we are at the very first day at the end of the cycle. So what happens during that whole process is that, again, it's like a slingshot. Okay, so everything slows down, right? It all slows down. It doesn't matter what you're doing, okay, but it's time to plan, time to, dot your I's, cross off your T's, tie up loose ends, and things like that. But it's not only that, okay, it's also a time to start preparing, for, for a the newer part of that slingshot, because what's going to happen is it's going to project you, okay, towards what it is that you're exactly intending on reaching towards. Okay, so right now this is the time to do the work. This is the time to work the plan, make the plan work for you, as well as making sure that the energy that you've created during the vibration, rather, okay, during the cycle of retrograde was a positive one. And if it's not, well, you know what? Then you're going to reap benefits of it. And if you are, then it is going to project you in a more positive way. So, with that being said, okay, energy is high right now. Okay, energy is really, really high. What does that mean for us? That means that we have to harness. Okay, we have to harness this energy, and we have to make sure that when we do harness it, that it doesn't allow us to get all, all wonky. Okay, all this craziness. We have to stay in full control of our our energy, our mindset, okay, our mindfulness, as well as whatever actions and reactions that we may, that we may want to do, or what we may want to do again moving forward. So, all in all, when we come into contact with this cycle, it could be a positive cycle, which is the best extreme, or the polar opposite, which it could be devastating, it could be chaotic. Okay. The one major thing that we have to be ultra uber aware of is that this cycle right now is like having a giant boulder at the top of a mountain, and we had like the bunch of rubber bands, okay, just holding it in place. And then once retrograde is over, we cut those rubber bands, and it's flying, man, and it's flying. It's going to go so fast, sometimes it's going to make your head spin. So you got to keep yourself grounded, for the first like week and a half, okay, of this cycle. You're going to make sure that you clear and cleanse your auric field on a regular, once or twice a week, sometimes more if you do spiritual work, where you work with energy healers specifically, okay, or mediums, psychics, if you will. You also, it's recommended to make sure that you clear any crystals. Okay, and it's interesting that I actually had an individual a little while ago. I discussed this with him, and I said, a lot of the times when you're working with the stones, because a lot of people work with stones, onyx and quartz and what have you, tiger's eye and tourmaline and jet and the numerous hundreds and hundreds of stones that are out there. Um, how to clear and cleanse them, okay, without actually using normal methods that may harm the stone in any way, shape, or form. So what I was told, which I've used for years at this point, is magnets. Okay, you can grab one of those strips of magnet, double-sided magnets. Usually one side has like a sticky side, the other one doesn't. And then you can just create a circle, and then you can put your stones in it, and let it sit there, for a couple hours or even overnight, and they will clear and cleanse with the magnetic field, possibly even charge. If you're doing that within the midst of the full moon, or even with the new moon. So, with that being said, what's going on? So what is this time? And my apologies, I don't know what's going on with this, with this background music. It's got far too many commercials, and I will not be using it again. So anywho, now, well, Cheryl, truthfully, sea salt could destroy and crack certain stones, and soap. The chemicals in soap can also harm the coating if they're not raw. So magnets are the best go-to. Okay, so now with all this being said, how do we get this moving? Like, how do we stay grounded? How do we stay fluid, in all essences? And what I would tell you is first, meditation is key. Breathing techniques, making sure that you're ultra aware of your environment, and being able to. I mean, that should be happening anyway, but being ultra, aware of your environment, making sure that you're paying attention to all these, all things that are happening around you, even the external influences that may come in and try to affect you, whether it be positively or negatively. You have to be aware. Okay, you have to pay attention. Be patient with yourself too. Okay, because in the beginning of this trajectory, if you will, beginning of the trajectory, you may find yourself over energized, over emotional, sometimes even borderline manic, okay, or have mania. So grounding yourself, clearing and cleansing your chakras is massively important to keeping this cycle, the at least the opposite desired extreme of the cycle at bay. Now, not only this, but detox bathing. Now, I share this with everyone. When you detox bathe, what are you going to do? What are you going to use? How long are you going to soak for? Whatever the case is. Okay, first of all, you got to have, um, excuse me, most of the time you have to have a tub, okay, a bathtub. You can also use a 5 gallon bucket. You can also use a basin if need be, if you're just using it for like sponge bath. But you got to change the amounts. If you're using not a tub, if you're not using a tub, you need to do a little bit of math, okay? Which I'm not going to get into because it would take too long. So when you're using a tub, what you would do is use what I would say equal parts from a half a cup to a cup of each of the following: apple cider vinegar, baking soda, and sea salt. And no, Epsom salt is not really salt. Okay, Epsom salt is not really salt. Okay. So with that being said, if you're going to use Epsom salt, use it in a different kind of bath. Don't use it usually in a detox bath because it's just going to, it may affect your skin, or it may even create a chemical reaction, which you may not, it's totally not desired. Okay. So with that being said, what's happening? Okay, well, I'm going to go a little intuitive at this point, and I'm going to see what comes through, for any kind of, not necessarily messages per se, but as to just the energy itself. Okay, I'm just going to pull something real quick. I can even pull cards, and I can go intuitively at the same time. So I've already shuffled these cards, but I'll shuffle them one more time. Okay, and I am going to do this on a regular basis, usually during the show. There we go. Okay. Now, all right. So I'm just going to pull like 5 cards real quick. Just do the etheric forecast. For the beginning of the week, and then we can go from there. Okay. Okay. And then we'll continue with the show. All right. So right now, anyone who's feeling struggle, or they're feeling like there's trouble amidst, okay, like this dark cloud, hanging over the head. This is something that could very well be a part of your success. Okay, I know this sounds counterproductive, but it's not. Okay, you can in fact use negative energy in order to create positive energy. They do call that transmutation. All right. So with that being said, you got to be very careful with what you gravitate to, what you magnetize yourself to, and what you bring in. Okay, what you bring in to your environment as well as your auric field. Now, this is the time that things might be a little on the rocky side. Okay, a little bit on the rocky side. But it is the time to deal with things that are not resonating with you, the things that are irrelevant in nature. You can start, whittling away at. as well as if there is any lack in your life, this is the time to focus upon that. All right, to focus upon that. Now, this is not okay. This is a podcast, guys. This is not a reading show. Okay, this is not a reading video. All right. So, um, I'm also noticing a lot that has to do with people. Okay, and I know I keep saying okay, which I'm going to work on. But what I am noticing is that there is, I don't know if it's in with it wherever you are, but it is here where I am in the South. There is a lot of violence going on. There is a lot of, let's just say, illegal activity, so to speak. Particularly in the violence, violence subject. Shootings, stabbings, murders, stuff like that, homicides, all that. And I think that has a lot to do with the either the Draconians or the Lumerians attempting to manipulate us into doing what we shouldn't be doing. Okay, you're probably thinking of the Lumerians. Okay, so they could be considered the lizard people, or there are other groups that actually talk about them in a different sort of species. But I call them the lizard people. And the lizard people, they love to manipulate. They love to facilitate a negative change, okay, within humanity. And I'm noticing a heap load of increase ever since this whole pandemic started. And now it's all over the world, obviously. I know we don't hear about places like Russia or other areas that are maybe smaller, but again, it's pretty much all over the world, and it's affecting all of us. Which I hope that this ends soon. Now, with that being said, how do we do now? There's how do we deal with this? Um, I know a lot of people will talk about, either masking or not masking, but the fact is that, honestly, I just do it because out of respect for other people, because my immune system's pretty high for the most part, and I'm maybe a carrier. Okay, so if I am a carrier, then that means that I need to keep everybody else safe to whoever's around me. And no, I do not have it, and I am knocking on wood, on all forms of wood, wherever it is, that I do not have it, and I have not had it, which I'm very, very grateful for. Okay, and I'm honored to say that. But here's the thing: disease, okay, no disease, viruses, bacteria, whatever, what have you, they are not able to stay alive in a high vibration environment. Okay, getting a little bit deeper into it. What I mean is, your body is a powerhouse, and if you're keeping your pH level inside of your body balanced, okay, keeping yourself in an alkaline state, then nothing that's negative can live within it. Okay, nothing that's looking to destroy anything within you can stay within it. Okay, meaning, hydration, up to a gallon a day. Making sure that you're taking the ACV. ACV is important. 2 teaspoons a day. Two teaspoons a day, once or twice a day, would definitely help. Um, in 16 to 24 ounces of water, that's what I suggest because it's less acidic. All right, I would not take it directly, okay, because I have attempted to do something like that and it did burn my throat. So anybody who does have sensitivities, then add it to water. The other thing is something that you have to be careful of, which is something like baking soda. Okay, baking soda in very, very small amounts, minuscule amounts, like even like an eighth of a teaspoon or something, or a quarter teaspoon. It has positive effects for you. Okay, and you just got to be careful. You can look it up on, you can Google it, and there's certain amounts. You probably, I don't really drink it that much, but it does help with a lot of other things. It has holistic, benefits as well. So, things like that. Keeping yourself active also is something that is recommended for this, for this cycle. Keeping your intake of vitamins, specific vitamins that actually help and fight against, viruses and bacteria, is going to be really, really good. Just talk to your doctor, of course. I'm no expert on any of that stuff. It's just that I know what I take, which I usually take vitamin D, vitamin D3, vitamin C, as well as like a multivitamin of some kind. Okay, and that's pretty much pretty much for the most part what I do on and exercise. Okay, even if it's walking, or the cycle, the stationary bike, or a little bit of free weights here and there, yoga, calisthenics, things like that. Yeah, it's always good to keep yourself active. The body has been created for movement, so moving is definitely something that's going to benefit you. Okay, with this cycle right now, the energy is going to be really, really high, guys. So you got to make sure that you, again, I am not, I don't know how many times I got to say this, but you got to keep yourselves grounded. Okay, keep yourselves grounded. Okay, make sure that you're doing meditation, make sure that you're doing cleansing and clearing of your auric field, making sure that you're doing stuff like the diamond aura meditation. Sometimes even Kundalini breathing would help. I mean, the energy might be a little higher than normal, but if you're used to it, go ahead. Um, as well as just doing things that make you happy, being positive, being creative, just being the best version of you is going to be a benefit. Doing the things that are making you happy, doing the things that you desire, that are going to help you stay positive, projecting you forward into the next couple of months. Okay, it's definitely recommended. All right, definitely recommended. Again, guys, make sure that you smash that subscribe button. If you're new coming in, make sure that you give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you ding that notification. That bell. Right below the video on the right hand side, and do that. Comment if you want any kind of subjects discussed as well in the show. And also, if you want to be part of the show and you have a specific subject that you're passionate about and you would like to discuss, then feel free, comment on the video, and then we'll link up somehow, whether it be Facebook or any kind of other social media, Instagram, Twitter, as well as I'm in LinkedIn. I'm on TikTok too, as the Evolutionary Alchemist. And I am also on Facebook. Business page is facebook.com/the Psychic Raven. And trying to think, where else am I at? I am Evolution is Revolution, and the Evolutionary Alchemist on Instagram as well. Healing Life Within you can check out too. But if you're also looking at getting this really cool apparel, this is specifically for empaths. Okay, it says I see through BS. But if you're looking for any kind of spiritual, funny apparel, things that help you express yourself, you're looking for anything custom, you can also find it on the Ravens Den Apparel. You can look it up. You can put it in Google, the Ravens Den Apparel. It's on Spreadshirt.com, as well as you can possibly message me on Facebook or check out Teespring, the Ravens Den Apparel as well. All right. So until next time, guys, this is Reverend Raven Nightclaw HP, bidding you abundant blessings, love and light. Namaste. Be humble, be blessed, live in the vibration of love, and take care of each other. Okay? One love, blessed be to thee. I just enjoyed life, guys. Till next time, this is Raven signing off.
A high-frequency channel where source and spirit meet in tandem, where forces between the mind, body, and spirit meet in friendship, while building a unity of energy and creation, fluidity in consciousness, where we let our spirit speak